History remembers Charles Darwin as the father of evolution, the man whose ideas changed how we see life itself. But what history rarely speaks of is the night Darwin almost destroyed everything. A night of fear, fire, and trembling hands, when the truth of evolution nearly turned to ashes. Charles Darwin was not considered a genius in his youth. In fact, as a boy in Shrewsbury, he was mocked as ordinary, even lazy. His headmaster once told him, "You will achieve nothing, Charles." While others studied, Darwin spent his hours collecting beetles, observing plants, wandering fields. People thought it was a waste of time. Yet, deep inside, his curiosity was preparing him for greatness. In 1831, at just 22 years old, Darwin joined the HMS Beagle. For 5 long years, he faced storms, sickness, and isolation at sea. But during that voyage, he filled his journals with extraordinary discoveries: giant fossils in rocks, birds with different beaks on different islands, tortoises with unique shells. The patterns were undeniable. Species were not fixed, they were changing, evolving. But this discovery carried danger. In the 1800s, religion ruled thought. To suggest that humans and animals shared ancestors was considered blasphemy. Darwin knew that if he published his theory, he could lose his faith, his friends, his honor. His notes became both his greatest treasure and his greatest curse. Back in England, Darwin's struggle deepened. Every night, he sat at his desk staring at his papers. His health worsened, his hands trembled, his sleep abandoned him. To the world, he was a polite scientist, but in truth, he was drowning in fear. Then came the night of fire. A storm raged outside as Darwin sat alone in his study. The candlelight flickered. The journals lay before him. He wrote in despair, "If I publish this, I may lose my faith, my friends, and my country." His heart raced. His choice was clear: silence or sacrifice. With shaking hands, Darwin gathered his papers and walked to the fireplace. He whispered, "If I destroy this, no one will ever know, and I will be free." The first pages fell into the fire. Flames curled them, blackened them, erased them. Silence. Only the crackle of burning paper. But then, something inside him rebelled. He reached into the fire, pulling the half-burned notes back out. Ash clung to his fingers. His skin burned, but Darwin held on. Looking at the charred fragments, he whispered, "Truth must lie, even if I fall." From that night forward, Darwin carried on. He rewrote and refined his ideas, his fingers still stained with ash. The world laughed at him. Critics called him insane, but he pressed forward. In 1859, after nearly 20 years of struggle, Darwin finally published On the Origin of Species. The book sent shockwaves across the world. Preachers condemned it, scholars attacked it, and yet it changed humanity forever. Darwin never spoke publicly about the night of fire. Some say it was only a legend, whispered within his family. Others believe it truly happened. But whether fact or myth, the lesson remains. Sometimes the truth survives not because the world is ready for it, but because one man refuses to bury it completely. Sometimes, the idea you almost abandon, the dream you almost destroy, is the one that defines all of history. And so, Charles Darwin is remembered not only for his discoveries, but for his courage on that stormy night, when ashes almost swallowed the truth, and instead gave birth to a new world.